Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news we got for Monster Hunter Rise on the Nintendo Switch. And the relatively questionable and not highly anticipated 3.1 patch update is live now. It was supposed to go live on June 24th, but apparently that actually meant for Japan users only, not just the West. But then they turned out and they made it available for just everyone all over the world, so you actually can go ahead and update your game live right now, and you should be able to have the 3.1 patch update available for download as we speak. The patch is about 0.65 gigs as big, so a little bit over half a gig, not a lot, about 650 megabytes or something along those lines, and it's 100% focused on bug fixes. That's it. That's all you should be able to be expecting when it comes to this patch update, and absolutely nothing more. There shouldn't be any big surprises like secret hidden monsters, secret hidden quests, secret hidden areas, or anything along those lines. This is just a theoretical bug fix patch that Capcom decided to put out so they could release their 3.1 DLC paid bundle, as you would typically expect, which I believe should be up on the eShop, if not now, but in a couple of hours, which are typically following, whenever they put out another patch, they put out a bundle with a bunch of DLC music, a bunch of DLC clothing and music and stuff like that. But, it's always overpriced. It's always highly questionable why they should be doing that, when the games theoretically could be adding more content for the users. Instead, they're just giving us more event quests on a weekly basis. This is actually one of the things that the patch note highly mentioned, that there's going to be more weekly event quests, which is like, we're already getting that as it is. This isn't necessarily anything new. I keep making videos about it every Thursday night. Expect a video tomorrow night as we get another brand new event quest. Chances are we're going to get those other sunglasses or those like shadow shades or whatever they're called. But other than that, it's like they're just going to keep putting these event quests out that's not necessarily patch-worthy information or anything along those lines. And all we're basically getting here is nothing but bug fixes. So don't get too excited about, hey, there's a big new patch and everyone's making videos about it. It's like, don't get excited. There's just really nothing theoretically here that is going to be a big surprise or anything big or revealing. There are little things that you can, pick out from these patch notes, like, monster behaviors changing whenever they are caught up in a trap, basic things like morphing abilities for switch axes getting a little bit of a tweak here and there, some effects not being triggered whenever you do something, ability not being able to be triggered whenever another ability is stacked up on top of that one, little things like that. But I don't think it's necessarily anything that's going to change the meta, much less actually change the way you're actually playing the game. So other than various fixes and little things that aren't necessarily revealed right away as you are typically just playing the game naturally, you shouldn't be too excited over anything that they revealed, other than the fact that the game is just going to be more stable to play. Bug fixes for the most part tend to reveal that the game becomes more stable, is more fluid, it's more fun, it's more enjoyable, because you're not seeing weird glitches or screen effects that shouldn't happen. Things are actually working as they should, as intended. But other than that, don't necessarily expect anything major. I would be surprised to see if we actually saw a bow fix. The bow has been needing to get fixed for quite a while. I don't actually see this mentioned in the patch notes. It probably could be one of those various other fixes that they don't go into details of, that they perhaps actually are tinkering with. It would be interesting to see if they are actually going to ever tweak that, the frame, jumps and stuff like that players have been abusing for quite a bit. But other than that, anything other major than that, I don't necessarily expect to see. Very small tweaks, very small changes, and it brings up the question once again, are fans actually happy being able to see that, yes, Monster Hunter Stories 2 is getting a lot of love, is getting a lot of attention from Capcom. This is their big summer game, let's be fair about that. There is that Ace Attorney like remake, remaster, whatever that thing is for Switch and PlayStation, but that's like, another department is working on that. Another developers are working on that. The Monster Hunter developers should be focused on Rise. Obviously, 6 would be something that they're theoretically still in the works for within the next couple of years. And Stories 2 would be something that is just a nice addition for the series, but it wouldn't necessarily be the big deal. But instead, Capcom is basically turning it into the big deal, the big summer game for Capcom. and Rise is just kind of being shunned for the next 3 months. The game is basically being shelved. A lot of people are not happy about this. I can agree with that sentiment, that we want more attention to Rise being given, more monsters, more content, more quests, more stuff that's meaty and reliable and substantial to the game. But it seems like they're just very happy with the sales that they got. They're just going to ride it out until the G update, whenever that comes, perhaps early next year. And, you know, PC players are able to jump in and get a more complete, more exhaustive experience than what we are currently getting right now on the Nintendo Switch. But I'm not going to drag this on any much further. Again, expect a lot of bug fixes, but other than that, nothing necessarily too major in this big 3.1 update. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!